Right, where were we? Yes, talking about the gold coin. Now that is coming in at a solid 39. Let's change sides. So that's actually not too bad. I got confused because let's talk about these things. These come in at different sizes and different shapes. Let's see what this one comes in at. This is very close. That's 45. Okay, that one's interesting. That one's different. So I'm not usually about 35, 37, 38, 37. Okay, so look how close that is to the gold. Same sound. Okay, 39, so slightly different. But remember, in the field, 40. In the field, that could be slightly different because it's going to be under soil. So it basically means that if you want to find gold, you may have to dig often some ring pulls, which is quite frustrating if you're in a highly trashy area. So what else have we got here? We've got a costume jewelry ring there. What did that come out as? That's just something fairly basic. 55. Not sure if I've done the silver ring yet. That was a lovely little find there. 84, 83. What else? We've got a silver little pendant here, possibly. Let's see what that comes at it. 62. A nice little badge here, which is a lovely little find from Royal Engineers. What does that come in at? 67. So all these things, a key. Not sure. This came in quite 73. I often find, say, 2 pennies or old pennies like this one will come in at that. Let's see if I'm right. 68. Okay. So you can't rule out ones that sound a bit dodgy because it could be a slightly rusty coin or maybe a nail and a coin. I mean, they're all sounding quite good at the minute, but often they can sound. This rusty penny, yeah, it's not wanting to even say anything with that one. So what happens if I put a rusty penny and a 20p next to each other? Right, you see that? So that could be an old nail and a penny, and it's coming up with a very high 96 there. So you've got to dig quite a lot if you want to rule it all out. Sometimes I've dug very deep and I've decided to give up. And you know, some would say dig everything, but sometimes it's nice to leave something for someone else. Or I don't want to dig down to Australia all the time. But you got to play it by ear if you're getting a lot of targets. Nice lead weight there, 83. So you just don't know. And lots of bullets. Let's see what that's going to come out. Yep, so very much in the coin range. That's why you have to dig all of these. Another big old lead weight. 87. So lead can just be totally different, even though it's essentially the same metal. So you kind of got to dig them. Lovely little button there. 45 coming in quite low. A watch fob. 62. Stinky toy car. 79. So you're starting to see pound. You're starting to see that they all have a distinct sound, and they're all within this range. So that's 50p coming in similar to a ring pull. I wouldn't even possibly consider digging that if it was a very trashy ring pull area. Otherwise, you're there all the time. So that is a lot of what I've found. So I hope that was informative and you've started to see the different numbers that come in. Button there, 46. And now on the right hand side, I'm going to show you all the stuff that you'll be contending with if you are to be digging those coins. This is just a fraction of what's come out really, and what the metal detector can be tricked into finding. And as I said, in the field under the soil, it can get confused where it thinks that an old rusty chain, for example, like that, is something good, and you start to dig it up, something like this, you start to dig it up, and then it starts to get a bit funny with you. So that's over there, it's not even signaling. But in the field, I would say that would probably come up around the 90s. Again, this old chain. Oh, there we are. So it's kind of thinking about it a bit. It's a bit spluttery, but that chain is up in the 90s. So those 90s can be, you know, good metals or iron. You just don't know. That is lead. Big piece of lead coming in. Similar. What else do we have here? One of these awful disposable vapes. 92. I'm not sure what that's got in it, but lemon and lime. What else? We've got another one. So also as a metal detectorist, you start to learn the land and you get to see the amount of rubbish and trash, and it kind of makes you appreciate wanting to protect the world. It's not just about finding treasure, although this lovely ring was an absolute, you know, steal to find. It was lovely, and as were these silver coins. But you do get a lot of this, and it's nice to have a trash bag and pick it all up. I'm not even sure what is in that. Pablo Escobar's cocaine, perhaps. What's that coming in at? A weird sound there. We've got some tin foil here. 60. So very much with the coins. Ring pull again. 34. Gold was 39. An old bit of iron. What is this going to signal? It might not. Again, in the high 90s there, 80s. But as I said, in the field, it'll have a better signal than that. A rusty penknife. Very old. Swiss, perhaps. Coming again at the... So you can expect in the 90s, it could be lead or brass or perhaps a bit of iron. It's hard to tell. And lots of bottle caps have I got. Gosh, what's that one? An old Pepsi bottle cap. Coming in at 75. Yeah, aluminium I often find comes in around, or a big can may come in around 79. So sometimes I avoid them if it's just obviously very shallow. Ovaltine, lovely. 82. So, you know, could easily been a coin, but it's not. So you've got to dig these things. Mansion hygiene polish for bright and healthy homes. That is hilarious advertising. Coming in at 88. Yeah, they're 88 to 90. An old screw, but not rusty. 75, 76. Small piece of lead. 50, 53. That's interesting because that could easily be a coin, a silver coin. What's that again? 60. So yeah, you have an array of different things. I am a little bit frustrated in the sense that you can't put it straight on treasure mode, really, because there's such a crossover from the good stuff that you want to find and the trash. Now you can put it on, I suppose, Coin Hunter, where you would discriminate from, say, 50 to 100, or perhaps 50 to 90, but you will be ruling out the precious gold. And if you find a place where I was picking up all these coins on a local green, perhaps there's a chance that there could be a sovereign or a half sovereign or a gold ring perhaps. So it's quite frustrating that it comes in almost exactly as the aluminium. It would be nice to see what a full sovereign would come in at. So you could potentially do Coin Hunter and then have a little bracket for between, say, 35 and 45 and dig those as well, or 36 and 44. But it's a difficult one because you don't want to lose absolute gems, but you don't want to waste too much time. So I found these on a more Coin Hunter mode. You still get the silver, but a sovereign like this or a half sovereign would have been about someone's week's wage. So it's a lot to lose. In the olden days, they said that apparently men had these on them all the time, just in case they got short in cash, because, you know, they didn't have wireless phones and the internet connected. So, Archie, I hope that was informative and you got a little idea about the Equinox 900 and how it's coming in, those different signals, so you kind of start to know what sort of areas to dig and what you want to dig and how the machine works for you. It's taken me a long while. I'm getting to grips with it, but if in doubt, I suppose dig is the old saying. But I will see you in the next video. Cheers, thank you, bye-bye.